Hello everybody, it's Lena, and in today's video we are building this pretty cute little modern family house that we are building in the world of Windenburg in The Sims 4, obviously. So we are building it on a 20 by 30 lot, and it fits a little family. I had such a good time building this house. I think it's really cute and I just love the vibes of it, and I also just really love the vibes of this island in Windenburg. It's just so pretty and gorgeous and beachy and fun, and this was just a really fun time, so I'm a fan, okay? I really like it. And also, I played around with terrain tools in this build, which I have not done in quite a while. I don't remember the last build where I did something with terrain tools, but I know that it has been at least a few months, so it was pretty fun to do that again. I made a lake, amongst other things. I also did like an elevated path leading up to the house, so it was just really fun to play around with that again. I quite enjoy it, even though it is a bit of a challenge and it never really goes the way that you plan for it to go, because it's kind of difficult to work with them, but I kind of like it, okay? It's fun. It's still really, really fun. But on top of the house, I did play around with the roofing quite a bit, and I did some things with the roofing that I don't normally do, and I just kind of tried out some different things. I wanted the roofing to look a bit like, I don't know, funky, I suppose, and I do think I managed to do that, and I think it looks pretty fun and cool, so I hope you all like that part as well. And this house has a lot of like patio and balcony area, because I just wanted the Sims that live here to be able to just go outside and enjoy the, like, first of all, the really, really beautiful view of the ocean and the beach and everything like that, because this island is just absolutely gorgeous. So obviously I wanted the Sims in this house to be able to just like take it all in and whatnot, but also I kind of imagined that this is a place that has semi-nice weather fairly often, so I don't know, I just want them to be able to hang out outside and do whatever. So I did put like a hot tub outside, and there's just a bunch of patio space to do whatever you want to, like there's a little grill and a game table, some lounge chairs, everything like that. And also this is for a family, as I did mention, so there's a kids room in this house. I imagine there's only one child aged Sim living here, and outside of their bedroom there's also this balcony space, and I kind of decorated it as if it were an outdoor playroom in a way, because there's roofing on top of that area. So I just kind of like, I don't know, put one of those drawing tables, and I also put a little dollhouse in there, and it's just kind of cute, and it's just like an outdoor playroom. It's not a playground as you normally would expect from outside, because it's just like on a balcony, but it's just, I don't know, it's a cute little area for the child to have fun and play around and whatever else. And I just thought it was kind of cute, and I like it. But the house has 3 bedrooms, so outside of the kids' bedroom there's also a parents' bedroom that fits 2 Sims, and downstairs there's the 3rd bedroom, which I imagined was for a teenager, and I imagine that it's only for 1 Sim, but there is a double bed in there, so you can also live in that bedroom with 2 Sims. So this house fits like 4 to 5 Sims, and I think it's nice. And there are 2 bathrooms in total, so I don't know, it's like a pretty small-ish house. I feel like it looks kind of small from the outside, but then when you go inside it's really spacious actually, and there's a big nice like luxury kitchen where multiple Sims can cook at the same time, because I think that's such a fun and cute interaction, like to be able to like cook with your family in The Sims. I think that's adorable, and I make my Sims do that fairly often when I remember to do it, and when I feel like my Sims have the time, because they're normally like pretty busy, because I always just like have my Sims working on skills and everything like that. I don't know, I'm like a grinder in The Sims. Does anybody relate to that? Like, I just really want to work on skills and make a lot of money. That's what I do when I play. I don't know, I just got completely off topic. I'm trying to tell you guys about the house, and now I'm talking about my own Sims. I don't know why I just started doing that. I got distracted. I'm sorry, but let's get back on topic. So there's a big, nice kitchen for a lot of people to be in at the same time, and there's also a nice, spacious living room for your Sims to hang out in, and then all of the bedrooms are also like big and spacious and nice, and very like light and bright because there are some big nice windows, which is just like one of those things I absolutely love when building modern houses. I love the lighting that just like enters the room. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous, and it's just one of my favorite things about The Sims 4, honestly, like the shadows and whatnot that windows and like the sun and whatever can do in houses. I think it's beautiful. I love that. Once again, I just got completely off topic and started talking about something different. I don't know why I did that, but I think it might be because I don't really know what else there is to say about this house. I feel like I've said it all. It's just a fun little lake house that's pretty modern, and it's for a family for like 4 to 5 Sims. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Yeah, that's all you gotta know, I guess. By the way, the reason why I might seem to get a little bit like annoyed with myself for getting distracted and talking about other stuff when I'm talking about the build is that, well, I do get upset with myself for doing that because I really just like to structure my videos in a way where I spend approximately like 5 minutes of the first part of the video, like the first 5 minutes of the video is a better way to phrase that, just like talking about the build and explaining the practical stuff about it, and then I just like go rogue and talk about whatever else I want to talk about in the remaining however many minutes, like the last part of the video. That's just like what I want to do, but I just really want to talk about the build for at least like 5 minutes because I know that a lot of people watch speed builds and listen to voiceovers to hear about the builds, and then that's just like what I want to do for those people. And also I feel like it's nice to just like tell, you know, people about what I spend a lot of hours building. But then on the other hand, I'm just here to chat about my life and chat about whatever I want to. That is actually like a huge part of why I initially started my channel, is because I just really wanted to have a space to like just talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. That's just like what I want to do, and then like find people that are possibly like-minded and then just talk to those people and have fun and just, you know, chat. Talk about life, talk about what I'm interested in, talk about whatever's on my mind. That's just what I want to do, and that is exactly why I'm doing that. And that's also why I never like really want to post the speed builds where I'm not doing a voiceover, because I'm not doing this because I want to just share my builds. I'm doing like YouTube because I want to share my builds and also like just chat and have a human connection with my audience and the people that, you know, want to watch my videos. That's why. So yeah, I do get a little bit upset with myself when I get distracted in the first part of the video, even though I really just want to get into like the more fun stuff, which to me is to talk about everything besides the build. So anyway, that's why. I hope that makes sense to other people than just myself. I really do hope it does. But yeah, apart from that, one last final thing I want to say about this build is that you can of course download it on my gallery page. My ID on there is LacyLena. It's exactly like my YouTube channel name. What? Why did I say that so much later? I don't know why. But I also upload my builds under the hashtag LacyLena, because to say that the Sims 4 gallery is a reliable thing would be such a huge lie, because it's always like kind of broken and it does not always work properly, and sometimes you cannot find builds and uploaded things by just like searching in the username of a person on there, and then instead of doing that it might possibly work when you type in like a hashtag. So I always upload my builds using the hashtag LacyLena, so you can find my builds that way if you are interested, and you can follow me on there if you want to do that. And while we're at it, I just want to say I would really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on Instagram as well. That would be really cool. I have recently started posting quite a lot more on there. I started posting reels and like doing voiceovers on there. Beforehand, I've never really done anything with me as a person on Instagram. Like I've only ever posted just pictures of my builds, just like screenshots that I also use in the end of my videos. I've just posted those on Instagram. So that's just like been super easy. But nowadays I'm doing like tiny speed builds on Instagram, and I'm like spending a lot more time just like editing those down and doing voiceovers for that, which has been really fun so far. So if you want to watch that, then please do follow me on Instagram. And in a video recently I did mention that I think it's kind of shameful that I, as a person who's trying to like do content creation, that I only spend an average of literally 2 minutes a day on Instagram. That's like shameful. Like I have like around 8,000 something followers on Instagram, so I just don't think it's acceptable for me, while I'm trying to like take this seriously, to only spend 2 minutes on Instagram a day. Like, that's just not enough. That's kind of shameful. So I've been trying to do it a little bit more, and I have not looked at my average Instagram screen time-ish, whatever that's called, in a while, so I kind of want to do that right now to hold myself accountable and to show you guys that I have actually spent a lot more time on there recently. Okay. So I just went on Instagram and checked at the like time spent thing on there on my LacyLena profile, and it says on there that my daily average is, God, this is so shameful, is now 6 minutes. So, okay, listen, so the thing is, obviously, like, when I'm, like, doing my little videos, my reels that I do for Instagram, I do it all on my PC, and I just, like, send it to my phone and then post them on Instagram that way, so I'm not, like, actually spending a lot of time on the Instagram app, just, like, doing my reels, because I do that on my PC, so it obviously doesn't really count towards this time that I'm spending on Instagram, but I promise that I have been spending a lot more time doing it. I just haven't really been spending time on the app, I guess, okay? Although 4 minutes more than it was before I, decided to spend more time on there. It's a little bit of an improvement, right? But then again, there's not really that much more I can do on the Instagram app itself than what I'm already doing, because obviously I'm producing content, which I'm doing outside of the app, so that obviously does not count towards my like time on the app and on that account, obviously, right? But what I'm doing on that account is that I'm just like checking comments, answering them, and then I just like look at other people's posts, look at other people's stories, and then I'm out of there. And apparently that takes a daily average of 6 minutes for me. So basically I'm just very, very efficient. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on Instagram, but I'm doing it really quickly, okay? Oh goodness, I don't know why I'm doing all of this. I don't know why I even brought it up in the first place. It's such an arbitrary number because, as I said, like, I'm doing the content outside of the app, so it doesn't really make any sense, and I'm not really like the type of person to post like 1,000 stories every single day. That's not really how I roll. I post something on my Instagram stories maybe every month. I want to post more on there. I really, really do. I just am not super good at that either. I posted the other day, though, a picture of some puppies that I found at the airport. So that was really cool. That was a great story. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I'm not sure why I brought this up in the first place, because I just disappointed myself. And I don't know why I'm disappointed, because actually in my personal life, what I try is to just not really spend a lot of time on Instagram and social media in general. And this is something I've been working on for years and years and years, like basically ever since I started using social media in the first place, because I feel like it's always just been something somewhat negative to me, because as it is for a lot of people, and probably especially girls, like I've always like had this problem where I see a lot of really cool people that are just living really fun, seemingly fun, really happy lives, and then I get kind of sad because my life is not very fun. It's not very happy all the time, and that's not super fun to look at, when my life is just kind of like falling apart, and then I see all these people that are super happy. That's kind of like hard to look at, right? I feel like we all kind of feel this way sometimes in like people that are so much prettier than us. Yeah, that's sort of like the problem we all have, right? And that's like contributing to the general unhappiness amongst the young people, and it has also been linked to a lot of like mental illnesses such as like anxiety and depression and whatnot. So obviously it's not like a super positive thing. We have a lot of evidence suggesting that exact thing. So for me, it's sort of been like a constant goal of mine to always get away from all of these things on the internet that make me unhappy. So whenever like I on Instagram see a post that pops up on my like explore page and it does not make me happy, or it makes me just kind of like uncomfortable and I don't know, sad in some sort of way, I immediately just like click not interested, because I don't want my Instagram page to like know that I'm clicking on that and seemingly interested in that, because then it's gonna show me more of that kind of content, so I try to train it to not show me that kind of stuff. Sometimes I do fall into like the deep dark holes, and I do look at content that makes me kind of sad, and then Instagram rewards that ugly behavior by showing me more of it, and then I have to do this. But yeah, I try to do it as much as I can, and right now I feel like I'm pretty good at it because my Instagram Explorer page, like on my personal Instagram profile, which I don't really like post on, that's just like one that I have to check on my people in my real life, I guess. It's just that kind of thing. But that Instagram Explore page is just filled with like animal pictures and art stuff, and also like fashion stuff. So these are not things that make me unhappy. These are good things that do not contribute to negative things and negative thoughts that I have, okay? It's a good thing. So currently I'm doing really well at not really like filling my brain with really bad stuff from the internet, and that's a very good thing of mine. But yeah, I do spend time on Instagram, obviously. I have my personal profile, as I said, and that's just the one that I use to check up on the people that are in my life. But outside of my Sims related internet endeavors, I'm very private on the internet. Like, that account does not even have a profile picture. It doesn't have my full name on there. I don't have any posts. It's just like a tiny little weird account that people I know can follow, and I follow them, and whatnot. I don't know, I follow less than 50 people, so yeah, it's not like anything crazy at all. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just not really the type of person who wants to use Instagram for things that make me unhappy. So also, like, I'm not following any celebrities because I feel like they don't really bring anything positive to my life, and that's not really a thing I'm interested in. So yeah, there's that. I don't know why I just went out on like a social media and internet rant, but this is just something that takes up a lot of space in my mind because I feel very conflicted on what I'm supposed to do, you know? Like, in my personal life, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on social media, although I do it sometimes. And then with like my YouTube Sims stuff online, I really want to like do more and whatnot, but it's just kind of difficult to navigate everything. Anyway, I definitely did not mean to go on like this huge rant about like the internet and how it makes me feel, so I'm just gonna round it up now. But just like one piece of advice that I want to give you all is to just like periodically go through the list of people that you follow and like just unfollow all of the people that make you feel unhappy in any sort of way, because that is definitely a thing that has helped me a lot. And also just like to force yourself to think about how these individual people make you feel, and these different accounts make you feel, because sometimes when you're just like seeing their content on your like page, it doesn't really like register in your brain how it makes you feel. You don't really think about it, but when you actually like sit down and force yourself to really examine how does this person make me feel, you might realize that they don't really bring anything happy or positive to your life. And in that case, I recommend just like unfollowing them, because why would you need that? I don't know. I definitely have done that so many times. And also like the people in my life that are not famous or influencers or anything like that I don't want to see content from, I am not scared of just like either unfollowing them if that's not going to cause any problems, or just like muting them, because I don't want to see that kind of stuff on my Instagram page. Like, I'm so not interested in seeing content that doesn't make me happy. So if you bring me anything like any sort of negativity, I'm gonna mute you, okay? I'm so sorry, I don't care. Yeah, anyway, that's just what I recommend that people do, because there's no reason to go on the internet and then feel not good. That's just like not the point of it, in my opinion. So yeah, that's that. So what I actually want to tell you guys about is that I recently went on vacation. I went on a little solo trip again, because recently I have been like on a little traveling journey. What? I don't know. I did not plan on how I was gonna phrase that before starting the sentence, but I've just been like on, in general, a journey where I just kind of face my fears and do things that are out of my comfort zone. And one of these things have been to just travel by myself and go out into the big scary world with no one beside me. Yeah, that's a thing that I've been kind of like scared-ish of and kind of intimidated by in the past, but I've been doing that recently. So currently I've been on 2 solo trips. I went on my first one a couple months ago, and then I went on my second one, and I got home like two days ago by now. So yeah, that was really fun. I went to Budapest and I was there for 5 days and it was so fun. I've been to Budapest before. I think the last time I was there was in 2019, so 5 years ago, and that was with my family, but now I went by myself and it was kind of fun because since it was a place that I've been to before, I kind of knew some things, but also it's been quite a while, and back then we stayed in a completely different part of the city, so this time I got to explore a new place that I had never been to before, and I just like saw a bunch of new things and I just did it by myself, and it was really cool and I really enjoyed it and I had a really great time. So yay, thumbs up for solo traveling. It's really fun, and I feel like I have learned so much on my 2 trips that I've been on so far, and I hope that I get to go on more of them in the future. I don't have any planned as of right now, and I don't really know where I want to go or what I want to do. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's just really fun. So if you guys ever have the opportunity to go on any like solo trips, I definitely recommend doing it because it'll do a lot for you as a person, and it'll just be really fun, especially if you are someone who just enjoys being by yourself and like figuring things out alone, and you just value independence, because I definitely do. I think that personally for me, I really value independence, because growing up I was so dependent on my family and the people around me. I had very severe anxiety, like especially social anxiety, and it was so tough for me to just like talk to people out in public, and I struggled to even just like take the train somewhere and just like go places without people around me. And basically I'm just really proud to now be like traveling internationally alone. Not to get all sappy, but I think that if 15, 16, 17-year-old me, who was very anxious, knew this, she would be pretty proud of me. And that's pretty cool, because I feel like this is probably one of the only times in my life where I'm actually like able to look at myself in the eyes and say somewhat that if I were to like show my current self to my past self would be somewhat proud of me. I don't think she would be like super satisfied with where I'm at in my life, because I feel like when we are young, we just kind of have very high expectations for our lives going forward. At least I did, and I just definitely did not think when I was like 12 years old that I would end up having like a pretty not so fun teenagehood, you know, like I thought it was gonna be a lot better, and it just like wasn't. So I think that as a 12-year-old or 10-year-old, anything like that, if I looked at myself as a 17-year-old, I would be so disappointed and think that I was such a huge loser, you know. But I finally am at a point in life where I can like look back and say that I feel somewhat satisfied with what I'm doing right now, I guess. But then again, also not really, because I'm not super happy with it. But there are things that I'm happy with, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. And that's kind of cool in some sort of way-ish. Then again, okay, the reason why I keep backtracking is because I don't actually feel super satisfied with it, but there are points in my life where I feel sort of good and happy, and this whole solo traveling things and becoming more independent is one of the major ones, okay? Yeah, that's all. Nowadays, I've definitely left a great deal of my anxiety behind me. I'm still like a extremely anxious person, but it's better. And I guess that's really all we can hope for. Tiny little improvements here and there, you know? Yeah, that's just that. I don't know why I just started getting so sappy and like, ooh, anxiety, whatever. That's kind of embarrassing and weird. That was not what I planned on doing. I just wanted to say that I had a good trip to Budapest, and I just had a good time, yeah. Anyway, I should, however, just definitely wrap up this video now, because I am rambling about absolutely nothing and I'm just going in circles, I feel like. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a little thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already and you enjoy my content. I would really appreciate that. And also, if you want to, you can like follow me on Instagram, as we talked about. Yeah, I hate promoting myself, it's so embarrassing. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and then I cannot wait to see you all in my next video that I will be posting in just a few days or so. Bye everybody!